What's good, gang? Today in this video we're going to be learning about the engulfing candle. So I know a lot of ICT and SMC trader and whatever, they don't really use candle patterns, but here's where my strategy is different from the rest. I use engulfing candles. Now, bear with me. I've drawn here the model that I trade, okay? I have a full video on this. You guys want to know, but pretty much is the AMD setup. Very basic, okay? There's some more to it. Go watch the other video if you guys are interested in learning how I made over 6 figures. But other than that, let me break it down for you guys where it really comes down to it, which is the engulfing candle, okay? Now, when you look at this, you know you're in a bullish trend. You know you have your drawn liquidity up here. You know everything that you need to do. The model plays out. Everything's good. Life's great. Now, my entry confirmation that I like the most is not the inverse fair value gap. It's not the change in state of delivery and all these fancy new terms. I've used them. I use them sometimes. But my favorite one will and always will be the engulfing candle, okay? Now, what I mean by that is that you get your accumulation over here, okay? Your market creates these highs, creates these lows to go take. It just accumulates. There's nothing really going on here, okay? It manipulates into the higher time frame value gap that you want, and then it displaces out of it. Now you have your bullish momentum confirmed, broke over this high, you got your market structure shift and whatnot, and now you're looking for that break of structure to go back above here, okay? Now you get your pullback that you want, and to confirm that the pullback is inverse, if you don't want to wait for the inverse for value gap because sometimes it messes up the RR, or you don't want to wait for the change in state of delivery because that also messes up the RR, and then if you have to wait for it, then maybe to get a better RR, you have to put your stop like this, but then you end up getting wicked out, stuff like that. If you have an SMT here especially, this right here is where your trade is invalidated. Even if you put your stop here, if market decides to wick again this low, your trade is not invalidated because of that. It's just creating another wick. This is where the trade is invalidated, right? So what you want to do is wait for an engulfing candle, okay? Now, if market comes down and it comes down rapidly, and then you have your down candle that does this, and then your up candle, if you will, does. Let me, and then the next candle, right? So this candle breaks into OTE, and then the next candle opens here, wicks lower, and closes like this. That's enough for me. I'm not waiting for the fair value gap. If this happened, I'm not waiting for nothing. That's enough for me to go, okay, I'm entering right here, stop at the low, right? That's all I need. I'm going to show you guys a chart, an example in the chart, and I'm just trying to make you guys understand that you guys can tweak strategies to your own liking, what you guys like. It's very important to make it your own, okay? You can't just copy somebody's strategy and have it work. Either you need to backtest it for a while and make it your own by having it down pat and you know it by like the back of your hand and you can fucking have your eyes closed and know when it's going to happen, or you tweak some stuff to what you like. I personally like better a 1.5 RR trade over 3, 4 Rs because that's just the way I am. Okay, I don't like losing trades more often, if you will. I prefer having secure trades with a good, decent RR with just 1.5, 1.6 RR, sometimes 2 R. I have the 3 R trades as well. What I'm trying to say is you guys have to make the strategy work for your own mindset. And the way that I like doing it is with engulfing candle, okay? So I'm going to be showing you guys a trade that I took. So let's say this trade right here, right? You have your accumulation here. You have your manipulation there, this little leg here, right? If this is this leg. Let me drop down some time frames here, show you guys better. So you're here. You sweep all these lows, which is this here. You tap into a fair value gap here, whatever, right? Now you drop down to the 1 minute. Where were we? We're here. So, and then it creates this engulfing candle, this massive fucking candle. This doesn't create a fair value gap, but it's good enough that you have this down move, you have this accumulation here, you have this down move, and then you have this big fucking candle here. This candle symbolizes the bullishness, right? Now, maybe you had an SMT here, maybe you didn't, okay? But whatever, you put your stop at the low, and you target that high, which is that TP1 and TP2 that I have. So if I was to compare this to the model in the back, BE is here, right? This line that I've drawn here, wait, let me make sure I have it. All right, so I can't target it, whatever. The BE is here, right? TP1 is here, right? And TP2 is here. So this trade would be a 1 to 3.3, okay? If you wait for that fair value gap or that inverse fair value gap, it's here. This is where your inverse fair value gap happened. So this candle goes below, so you enter on this candle. So you enter here, right? You put your stop here below the inverse fair value gap. It's still a one. It's the same RR, but odds are, and here it didn't happen. Okay, bear with me. Sometimes the market will just wick back down to here, just because it can. Okay, so what I'm showing you guys is the engulfing candle is a very, very, very goddamn powerful tool. Now, what is the engulfing candle? It's just a massive candle that opens and that close, like the whole candle pretty much embodies the whole last candle. So this whole candle with the wicks, okay, which is this size, fits inside this candle's body, okay? And it's better if it fits almost twice like this. The bigger the candle, the better, pretty much, okay? So this whole candle fits inside this candle, okay? This is all an engulfing candle is. Pretty much the candle engulfs the other. It englobes it. It takes the whole thing, okay? A not engulfing candle that I could try to find here for you guys would be, let's say this one here. This one does not engulf this one. Why? Because it doesn't close above this wick here. Okay? If the candle here had closed above this candle's wick, then it would have engulfed it. I hope that's semi-clear. If it's not, you guys can always leave comments. By the way, I'm also working on a swing strategy for you guys, and I will be using it on the $100 50K challenge. And I've been backtesting for about a month now. I just look, I can't even show you guys. I just put shit like this and I look at what happens. And look, here it's working. Here it's waiting for a retracement. I have my alerts set up and shit. I'm not taking these trades. I'm just backtesting it. And so far, I've been tweaking it and the win rate is insane. It's really good. And I also use engulfing candles. So what I do is I wait for an hourly engulfing or a 15-minute engulfing, whatever, to confirm my swing bias for the trade. So if you look here, after this up move, right, this 1 hour here engulfs this candle. Now, it does it here too, but why wouldn't I enter here? Because it's not in my rules. My rules is OTE. So if you were to mark it out from the high to the low, OTE, engulfing, entry. Simple as that. It's as simple as that, guys. So what I'm trying to show you guys is don't be afraid to step away from ICT a little bit in SMC and look into some other things that you can incorporate in your strategy if you enjoy it. It's also important to understand, guys, that you can also use this shit for bias. Okay, so if you go on the 4 hour, let's say, right? Let me take away all my drawings here because I barely see anything. Here I'm gonna go on the 15-minute, and here I'm gonna go on the 4 hour, right? So if you were to look at this here, right, and try to determine a bias, right? So you have a wick here, and you have an engulfing candle here. That alone can tell me that I might be bearish for the next day and be looking for a short up here if we can manipulate above here to target these lows that we seem to be wanting to drive towards. Okay? Don't be shy again to shy away from ICT and SMC and go look somewhere else to try to incorporate into your strategy. I have a friend that trades ICT and he's been doing it profitably for a while, and he has also resistance and support. Okay, he also used SMAs for a bit or whatever, or EMAs, but I don't like those, so I'm not even gonna get into that. I don't. So you have let's say you have a fair value gap, whatever, and then he just like draws a little resistance box like this. Fair value gap breaks through, bang, he enters. Look into what you like, backtest it, and apply it to your own strategy and stick to your rules. That's the purpose of this video. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Join the Discord. It's free if you want. I also have the one-on-one mentorship. If you have troubles or if you have questions or whatever, if you have doubts, if you want me to review your strategy, I have the whole thing is explained. I'm gonna have a whole video coming out on that shit too. I'm pretty sure I have a TikTok on it. Just go check it out. It's very cheap compared to the other ones, and I will help you guys become profitable. That's why I'm here. It's the only reason why I'm here, actually. So other than that, guys, I'll catch you guys later.